Introductory Note and Foreword by D. H. Lawrence to All Things Are Possible by Lev Shestov. Translated by S. S. Kotyliansky, 1888 to 1955. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. Introductory Note. Lev Shestov is one of the living Russians. He is about 50 years old. He was born at Kiev and studied at the university there. His first book appeared in 1898, since which year he has gradually gained an assured position as one of the best critics and essayists in Russia. A list of his works is as follows: 1898, Shakespeare and his critic, Brandes. 1900, Good in the Teaching of Dostoevsky and Nietzsche, Philosophy and Preaching. 1903, Dostoevsky and Nietzsche, The Philosophy of Tragedy. 1905, The Apotheosis of Groundlessness, here translated under the title, All Things Are Possible. 1908, Beginnings and Ends. 1912, Great Vigils. Foreword by D. H. Lawrence. In his paragraph on the Russian spirit, Shestov gives us the real clue to Russian literature. European culture is a rootless thing in the Russians. With us it is our very blood and bones, the very nerve and root of our psyche. We think in a certain fashion, we feel in a certain fashion, because our whole substance is of this fashion. Our speech and feeling are organically inevitable to us. With the Russians it is different. They have only been inoculated with the virus of European culture and ethic. The virus works in them like a disease. And the inflammation and irritation comes forth as literature. The bubbling and fizzing is almost chemical, not organic. It is an organism seething as it accepts and masters the strange virus. What the Russian is struggling with, crying out against, is not life itself. It is only European culture which has been introduced into his psyche and which hurts him. The tragedy is not so much a real soul tragedy as a surgical one. Russian art, Russian literature after all, does not stand on the same footing as European or Greek or Egyptian art. It is not spontaneous utterance. It is not the flowering of a race. It is a surgical outcry, horrifying or marvelous, lacerating at first. But when we get used to it, not really so profound, not really ultimate, a little extraneous. What is valuable is the evidence against European culture implied in the novelists, here at last expressed. Since Peter the Great, Russia has been accepting Europe and seething Europe down in a curious process of katabolism. Russia has been expressing nothing inherently Russian. Russia's modern Christianity even was not Russian. Her genuine Christianity, Byzantine and Asiatic, is incomprehensible to us. So with her true philosophy. What she has actually uttered is her own unwilling, fantastic reproduction of European truths. What she has really to utter the coming centuries will hear. For Russia will certainly inherit the future. What we already call the greatness of Russia is only her prenatal struggling. It seems as if she had at last absorbed and overcome the virus of old Europe. Soon her new, healthy body will begin to act in its own reality, imitative no more, protesting no more, crying no more, but full and sound and lusty in itself. Real Russia is born. She will laugh at us before long. Meanwhile she goes through the last stages of reaction against us, kicking away from the old womb of Europe. In Shestov one of the last kicks is given. True, he seems to be only reactionary and destructive. But he can find a little amusement at last in tweaking the European nose, so he is fairly free. European idealism is anathema. But more than this, it is a little comical. We feel the new independence in his new, half-amused indifference. He is only tweaking the nose of European idealism. He is preaching nothing. So he protests time and again. He absolutely refutes any imputation of a central idea. He is so afraid lest it should turn out to be another hateful hedge-stake of an ideal. Everything is possible. This is his really central cry. It is not
Sample complete. Ready to continue?